Hello, everybody. Craig DeLuz coming at you from FPC HQ. We are in the middle of a fire mission. You guys know what that fire mission is. If you've been paying attention to anything at all, you know that we are right around the corner from a vote for Brett Kavanaugh to be the next Supreme Court Justice of these United States. Folks, it is vitally important that we make sure that our voice is heard, that we encourage the Senate to vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh. You guys already know what's at stake. Right now, it's about our Second Amendment rights. It's about having a justice who will stand strong on the Second Amendment. And what we've read, what we've been able to read, what we've been able to tell you guys is that everything that we've looked at shows that he's going to be a strong advocate for our fundamental right to keep and bear arms. Now, mind you, right now it's looking pretty good because we've got enough votes in order to be able to end debate. And it's looking like we've got people who are going to be on our side. We've got Senator Flake, who we didn't know where he was going to be. He's going to be supporting. Brett Kavanaugh. We've got Susan Collins, Senator Collins. We know that she is going to be supporting Brett Kavanaugh, and we also know that Democrat Joe Manchin is going to be supporting Brett Kavanaugh. Now, here's the thing, folks. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them, and we know these folks are going to do whatever it is that they can in order to make sure that he does not get nominated. This is a mission for them. They're willing to do anything. In fact, you know, folks like Kamala Harris from California. We know Kamala Harris intimately here in the state of California because she was our attorney general, the chief law enforcement officer in the entire state who refused to actually do her job and enforce the law. In fact, during the last few years of her tenure, we saw crime and violent crime increase dramatically here in California. But needless to say, she's got an agenda, and she voiced that agenda before we even knew that Brett Kavanaugh was the nominee. And that agenda was President Trump is not, absolutely positively by any stretch of the imagination, not to get his pick. Here it is in her own words.
Republican points. Let me ask you, what's it going to look like if he gets his pick? If Trump gets what he wants here? What's the court going to look like for the next 30 years?
We're looking at a destruction of the Constitution of the United States, as far as I can tell. So this has got to be one of, and we all need to understand this, to be one of the most serious fights that we have yet to have had with this president. And we cannot relent. We are going to have to fight to the end.
To the end. They are going to fight to the end in order to make sure that President Trump doesn't get to pick this Supreme Court nominee. They're going to make sure of it. They want to pick it. She goes on in that interview to say they want a consensus candidate. They don't want a consensus candidate. They want their candidate. They want their candidate to be picked. See, this would not be the first time that they had done this. Because how do you think Justice Kennedy actually got on the bench? Because of how they treated Robert Bork. And they eventually beat him up. They did to him, well, not to the same degree, but they did a lot of what they're doing right now. They did to Bork until eventually his name was withdrawn from consideration. Well, guess what? Brett Kavanaugh is not going to have his name pulled. President Trump is not going to pull his name. So they're going to stand there and they're going to fight. So nothing is beyond them. Absolutely, positively nothing. And if you doubt me, just look at what I mean. This is a moral, to them, this is a moral fight. This is about their morality. Just check out, Cory Booker. I am Spartacus. Check out what he has to say. And the fact that guilt or innocence of Brett Kavanaugh has absolutely nothing to do with this. The very fact that he's been accused of anything is enough.
My hope is that just beyond the vicious partisan rancor that is going on, beyond the accusations, we don't lose sight of what this moral moment is about in this country. And ultimately ask ourselves the question, is this the right person to sit on the highest court in the land for a lifetime appointment when their credibility has been challenged by intimates, people that knew the candidate well as a classmate? When his temperament has been revealed in an emotional moment where he used language that frankly shocked a lot of us. And then ultimately, not whether he's innocent or guilty, this is not a trial, but ultimately, has enough questions be raised that we should not move on to another candidate.
See, once again, doesn't matter whether or not he's innocent or guilty. They just want to move on to another candidate so that they can pick whoever it is that they want to serve on the Supreme Court. I mean, it's odd that they talk about this partisan rancor, and they talk about the fact that, well, how dare he show some sort of emotion because he was being accused of being a serial gang rapist. Now, honestly, I would have questioned if he hadn't come back with that level of that tone of voice. I would have been concerned. People say, well, it's not ruining his life. Let me tell you something. If you were accused 24/7 of being a serial gang rapist on every media outlet in the entire world 24/7, that would mess with your life. Seriously. But in the end, what it all comes down to is this, is they want to stand against your rights. They don't want someone on the Supreme Court who's actually going to judge law based on the Constitution. They want someone who is going to answer to their sense of right and wrong, their sense of morality, and ignore the Constitution, because that's exactly what it is that they want. That's what Kamala Harris wants. That's what Dianne Feinstein wants. That's what Cory Booker wants. That's what Schumer wants. That's what all of them who are standing in opposition. Folks, I know that it sounds like it's a slam dunk, but it's not. It's not over. This fight is not over. We need to make sure that they are standing, that we are standing, that those who are standing in support of Brett Kavanaugh remain in support of Brett Kavanaugh. They're camped outside of these members' offices. They're camped outside of their homes. They are protesting. They are cussing at them. They are yelling at them. They are seeking to try and intimidate them to not support Brett Kavanaugh. They need to know that the American people, that we stand behind them as they stand behind Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation. So follow the link in the description of this video. Tell everybody, tell those senators, tell them to vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court of these United States so that we can actually have a court that's going to stand for what is right and what is just within our Constitution. That's it. It's that simple. If you haven't done it yet, then do it. And if you've already done it, then you need to share this video share it far and wide. Tell everybody they need to do this. It'll only take a minute. Follow the link, click, put in your stuff, and bam, you're there. It's done. And then tomorrow we get a chance to watch as the face of the Supreme Court becomes one of real justice, the way the founders intended it to be. Okay, that's going to be it for a while. You guys take care, have fun, stay safe, and stay free.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.